Hello, welcome to the Goodison Park podcast. Instant match reaction. It's Everton 0, Manchester City 2. Judge, you've aged a lot in that 90 minutes.
I don't think I have. I think I've gone younger.
You have.
Younger, more handsome. Where is he?
Look, I don't think there was a lot in the game, really. I think Everton maybe showed City a bit too much respect at times. I'd like to see them a bit of an old school Everton go into that. I understand where we are in the league now, and flip-flops are on for a couple, and that's fine. You know, you would rather that than be having to go and win games and survive. But at the same time, am I fair in saying that Everton showed too much respect to City at times?
I don't know about too much respect. I think we didn't deserve to lose that game today. I thought, especially the first half as well, we had a few chances. We hit the post. Should have got a penalty.
Yeah.
How always not give a penalty there? His hand's out.
I know.
It's just his hand.
I know.
It's a pen, isn't it?
I know.
And
second half, you come out the Brantford chance straight away. If they lands for you, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Small margins at times.
Yeah, no, I thought we done all right today. You know, especially in the first half, the centre-backs, they put some good balls over the top. They switched the ball left to right. It's just our final ball, innit? From Harrison. You know, he can cross the ball, but there was one there, he crossed it. It just went over everyone.
I know.
You know, and it's opportunities there, they just get wasted.
He gets into good positions, Harrison.
He does, yeah.
I think last week
and
at
he
Forest,
tries hard.
he had a good game at Forest. And you saw it's like, not so much kick on, because I don't think he's a player that you want to really kick on with long term, but you're sort of saying, take that form into the next game at Goodison on a Saturday.
Yeah,
at least
he did have a good game last week, yeah.
And there wasn't much in it.
I think we lost it second half, midway through the second half, and we made them subs. We just weren't the same team.
The subs made no impact for us?
No. I mean, you're bringing fresher legs on, but it didn't. It had the reverse effect. It just like, they looked a bit nervy, especially with Keane coming on. The whole defence then looked nervous, didn't he?
It did.
And he made a few cock-ups, didn't he?
He did.
They could have had a couple of goals there from mistakes.
But look, City are a team who played the ball on the floor, and Michael Keane's strength is not on the floor. He can read an aerial battle, he can read a duel, and a set piece is Keane strong. In the game where teams are whipping it round and they're fast and there's runners, he gets lost, and he got lost there second half.
Yeah, we did, yeah. They just more clinical, weren't they?
And their subs goals.
Yeah, their subs did work and ours didn't.
Yeah.
They looked more of a team when they made them changes than we did.
So Doku give us a hard time. Kovacic, the sub, scored the second.
That Doku looks, he's fast and strong, isn't he?
He's fast.
He got round O'Brien. I mean, he's a beast of a fella, isn't he? You know what I mean? He got round him a couple of times. Not that it was O'Brien's fault. He's fast and he's quick, and he got the ball in the box, and more clinical, and he finished his off, didn't he? Yeah,
look for me, Kev, I don't know whether you agree or you've got an alternative opinion, but a game like that shows that our attack and threat, it needs a lot of work in the summer. You've got to get the checkbook out somehow. And
without it's out. It's our defence. The defence is pretty good. Do you realise now that's Davy Moyes' 15th game and only his second defeat? Yeah. So defence-wise, I think we're okay. It's just the players going forward. So midfield, wingers and strikers, that's where we need to improve.
You need someone to drag Everton up the pitch 15, 20 yards. I think Ndiaye has got that in him at times, but he got tired, probably correctly substituted. I know some people groan by me, but
he has been taking him off, hasn't he? But since his injury, he's come back, and he obviously can't last 90 minutes at the moment.
He was fading out there, I thought, a little bit. I don't think it was a bad call to change. We understand why people aren't happy, but I don't think it was the worst.
Yeah, you don't want him to go off because he's one of our best players, isn't he? You know, Alcaraz didn't do nothing when he came on, did he?
Broja was nothing there.
Broja done nothing. No, nothing at all. Disappointing up front. Yeah.
For a player who's looking for his next chapter, and what better place than Bradley?
But are we getting the right balls in for him? You know, and I don't think we are. You know, as I say, when we get into good positions, we're not getting a good ball in for him. So he's got a bit of an excuse there, hasn't he? But yeah, he didn't do much all game. But I tell you what, James Garner had a great game.
James Garner did have a good game. I think just a guy covers every blade of grass until he goes off again.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that he's out of contract in the summer, I think we have to sort that out. I think he's someone that you have to put. I know he's 35, 36, but there's another year in that man, and he covered every blade of grass again.
Yeah, Decore didn't do much, did he?
No, you can almost see why Moyes likes him, because he duels and he battles and he gets ricochets, and Everton win set pieces because of how he plays. You almost see why he's in the team, but it's going to be gradual, isn't it? But the improvement from style of play is going to be gradual.
Would you sign Decore?
I'd give him another year.
I don't think he'd want a year though. I think he'd want two, wouldn't he?
Probably would.
So we'll go. We'll give you a year, half your wages, and see if he signs it. You know. But yeah, we've got something to do in the summer, haven't we?
There's a bit to do. There's still a bit to do. I don't want to be too critical because despite the fact that they've absolutely let us down, Man City this season, by letting that lot sneak in, they're still a top side. And
they're celebrating there like they'd won the league, hadn't they?
But their kids are good. You can see that they've got young kids coming through. The goal scorer, O'Reilly.
O'Reilly looks good, doesn't he?
Looks a good player. They've got a couple coming through. They played in the cup game, watched a few weeks back, and so they're still a good side. What I'm trying to point out is it's not like we've got turned over by a bottom half side.
No,
it's
no
a
excuses.
decent team have come and beat us.
Yeah, no excuses. Second defeat in 15. We would have took that all day long with me when Moyes came back.
I know.
Yeah.
The pipe dream of Europe. That David Moyes spoke about.
Was that ever on, was it?
I think the way the league's going and the fact that the teams that are still in Europe, it could go down to 10th or 11th. And the manager commented that we'll have a crack at that.
Did he mention that yesterday?
He mentioned this press,
I've never seen his press conference.
He said if that goes down to 10th or 11th, he'd have a crack at it.
Oh,
and
nice.
He'd get a squad together if he could.
Nice.
But there's winnable games left for Everton. We've still got Ipswich at home, Southampton at home.
Yeah, they're both winnable, aren't they?
I think you're not a regular on the podcast on a weekly. What do you reckon of the kick-off time? 12 o'clock on the last game. You're okay with that?
No, I'm gutted. For the last game, I wanted to come here about 3 hours before the game, soak in the atmosphere, have a little walk round. I can't do all that now. No. And what about all the fans who have to travel? Like Louis. Yeah, he has to come up from Brighton, doesn't he? You know what I mean? How's he going to do it? It's just... it's a stupid time. Why they've agreed to that, I'll never know.
2:30 on a Sunday would have been just perfect.
Well, Saturday ideally, but at least midday. Mid-afternoon on a Sunday would have been great. Yeah. So 12 o'clock's rubbish, isn't it?
But we'll probably do maybe a special match reaction for that one, maybe a bit more longer if you're up for that, coming on me and Gary, and we'll do a bit of a
all of us,
one. All of us do one.
That'd be good,
we can keep that forever then. But
gonna need more microphones.
Well, that judge's problem not mine. He's the money. He's the money and the looks, as you know.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. So it's been Everton 0, Manchester City 2. Unfortunately, we've got 2 games left at Goodison Park. This place, it's you can sort of feel people saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Some people's last games there, you can sort of see people taking photos and stuff. Got a bit of a crowd watching us here. We're going to shoot off. I do want to say a big hello to someone who came over in Wetherspoons before, and a really nice guy called Andy came over. He had really nice comments on the podcast and a bit of a powerful conversation with him. I hope you're okay, mate. Thank you so much for coming over to us. But Kev, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no worries, yeah.
It's Everton 0, Manchester City 2. We'll catch you back in the week. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekends.